here on the Afia Business Morning. In Ebonyi State, days of heavy rainfall have left rice fields and part of Abakaliki and Izzi underwater, destroying crops and threatening the year's harvest. For many farmers, the flood has not only wiped out months of hard work, but also raised fears of rising price rises and food shortages. Today, we speak with one of the affected farmers to hear firsthand how the disaster has impacted their livelihood and what they believe must be done to prevent future losses. Joining me now to talk about this is Wisdom Nwedene, who is a farmer and also a journalist. You're welcome on the program, Wisdom.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you very well. I said you're welcome on the program.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to our viewers. I'm so happy to join this program.
Good to have you too. So, can you take us back to the day the flood struck? What did you see and feel when the water first entered your farm? What was it like? I'd like you to explain to us.
Yeah, it was a very terrible situation because we didn't know that it would get to that level because when it rains heavily, sometimes it doesn't get to that level because I have been farming that particular place land for a long time now, for years, about 10 years. So we didn't know that this year's own, even though there was a warning by DMET, but we thought that it is normal warning that there is going to be a heavy rainfall this year with you. It is still raining in Abakaliki right now. So it was a very terrible situation. I saw my rice, my cassava, yams, half of it washed away by that rain. So it was a very terrible experience. Millions of naira wasted, and I'm still even doing my best to recover from that shock.
So, what do you usually do? Because you said you've been farming there for 10 years, and this is not the first time we
Yeah.
see floods happen in different parts of the state, even in Ebonyi State. So, what do you usually do to salvage your crops or your losses when this happens? Did you take that measure,
Yeah,
or would you say this one was too much to even salvage?
uh, just like you say, this one was too much to even salvage because as of yesterday, 8 persons lost their life in Afipo, and their crops, their rice field, everything washed away. And equally this morning, I got a report that somewhere in Okwitumo, in Izzi local government area of Ebonyi, their farms were equally washed away. So even if we made a wrong way for channel the water to even go, but it's got that for over 2 weeks now, we have not even seen the sunlight. So it's a very, very terrible situation. So there is nothing you can do. So just like Nemet said that we should move out of that place. So even when our house is nearby, we have we are very, very careful. Sometimes when it gets to the night, we have to even move away from that place to even save our life because just like the report I got from Afipo in Ebonyi here, 8 persons lost their life. So it's a very, very terrible situation. And I'm equally begging the state government. I saw the press statement released by the chief press secretary to the governor of Ebonyi. That is Mondozo. I saw the statement equally sympathizing with those that lost their life yesterday in Afipo. So, but I think I'm suggesting that they should go beyond only releasing a press statement. When you someone that you love dies and your farm land, crops, everything, rice field washed away, they should go beyond releasing a press statement. They should find a way to help us that are farmers. Because we're talking about millions of naira lives being wasted by this heavy flood.
Yeah, you earlier mentioned that NIMET gave a warning. It was everywhere. We saw it. So
Yeah.
what did farmers in Ebonyi do when that warning was put out?
Some of us, we did a kind of a channel, try to make a way. If there is going to be that kind of flow, because that's what we normally do. We try find a way to channel that water so that it will, even if it comes, it can easily, the water can easily, the flow can easily move out that day. But it's called that right now, even if you say we will make that wrong way through which that flood can even move, it's so that it keeps raining every day. So what it means that all this flood, there's stock, there is no way for it to even move out from that from our farmland.
So, how much of your farmland was submerged? Can you estimate the extent of damage to your rice fields or nursery beds?
I can't put out a figure now, because as I'm speaking with you, some part of it are still submerged. So I can't say, look, this the amount of damage caused right now till we are able to come out of this terrible situation that we find ourselves in Ebonyi. Because even in the pictures I got right now, from even the one I got this morning, because I sent one of my the one someone that takes good care of the farm to go and see the situation. So he only sent me pictures of it. The flood is still there. It is not moving from that place.
Are you still with us, Mr.
Yeah,
Wisdom?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very well. Go ahead.
So I said, I can't put out a figure, say, look, this is the amount of damage that the flood has caused. Maybe we are praying by next week, probably it will reduce, so that we'll be able to even go in there to ascertain the level of damage that the rainfall has caused. A kind of this rain stop. So we'll go back and know if we are going to even salvage what is left behind.
Yeah, before we talk about government intervention, let's talk about the farmers in Ebonyi State. What are the
Okay.
plans? What are your plans? I'd like to know. You were saying the rain might. You're looking at next week. The rain might reduce next week. But what if it doesn't reduce?
Yes.
And with warnings, with reports we are seeing online, it doesn't look like it will. There will be a reduction in this. So what is the plan from farmers in Ebonyi State?
Well, well, for rice, for you can't say you're going to harvest your rice right now. It's not possible. But if by next week and it continues this way, it means that some of us that equally planted something like yams will start harvesting them even when it is not ready. So because we're supposed to harvest all these yams by November, October, and December. But if the rain continues this way, we don't have any other options than to start harvesting them when it is not ready. And it is a very bad thing, because when your yam is not ready to be harvested, and because if you leave it there, it will rotten. Because if a flood remains in your farm for 2 or 3 weeks, or even getting to a month, it's got that it is not it's no longer healthy for those crops that you planted. So that is it. But in the area of rice, it is so that sometimes it even all this flood, it even pull them away while they're even moving. So you can't even say maybe you want to go and harvest your rice. No, it's not possible, because you can't even enter those places, so that you will not be carried away by those floods. So it's a very terrible situation. Just like I said, the plans for me as a farmer is, if it gets like this till next 1 or 2 weeks, I have no option than to go and harvest those yams. Just like I showed some of the pictures to you, I'll go and harvest those yams so that they will not rotten inside there. But for rice, we don't have any other option, because they have not even started kind of making the fruit. They're not even coming out yet.
Okay, okay. So what do you want the government to do? Because you're speaking on behalf of the farmers in Ebonyi State. What can the government do in this situation?
There are a lot that they can do, because since all these things have been happening, we have not, personally, maybe I don't know about other farmers, but I've not seen, we have not even get any help from the state government. I was even surprised, even reading a press statement by the chief press secretary Mondozo this morning, sympathizing with those that lost their loved ones yesterday. But I thought that by now they should have even called us that are farmers and say, look, we know what people are passing through. Even if we're not even saying that's just money, but they can give us, even if it's loan, for us to even establish, because we are, some of us, even we are still young farmers. I know what it means in a country like this where some youth, they don't want to engage in farming
Right.
because of how difficult it is. So some of us that I even say we are going into it and we are into it and we are losing millions of naira every day. So I'm begging the state government on behalf of other farmers that they should help us in Ebonyi. Let them call us, maybe the commissioner for agriculture or even anyone that the governor can say, okay, call these farmers, let's know how maybe they can give us loan and put our names down so that by next year we can equally sell all these the ones that were able to even put together, because without the money, such as you can see the pictures I sent to you, one of those heaps that you saw, I pay 500 naira, some even 700 naira. Each heap, to make one heap in a Ebonyi is between 500 700 naira. So when you have about 2,000 heaps, you know how much it is. So even if the flood is goes away, when are we even going to steal money and say we want to cultivate all those heaps back? Is very challenging. Talk more of even getting those crops or even buying rice to even replant again. It's very difficult. And I'm begging the government, they should go beyond releasing a press statement. They should go beyond that. And they should equally make a kind of channel, a kind of, will I say, a convert or even construct something that maybe when this flood comes, it can easily go through that channel and go away. But it's quite in a bond. It's very difficult to even get all those things.
Exactly. I was going to ask you that because you've been mentioning loans, grants, and I was like, if the government give you loans or grants to, get seeds and start again, start farming again when the flood is over, what happens next year? And what happens when flooding comes in other years?
Yeah, the Honorable Commissioner for Environment in Ebonyi, Honorable Victor Chukwu, said that the state government, I watched an interview which he granted last week with one of the national television. So, and he said that the state government is doing something, that they are constructing a runway or something like kind of a channel, which all those flood can go away easily in Ebonyi. So, but we don't know how long it's going to take them to say maybe they will finish such a project, because it might take them 1 or 2 or 3 years. And if this kind of rain continues even next year, it's got that some people will run away, will run away. So that's why I'm saying why they are constructing that channel, the medium which this flood can easily go away in a Ebonyi when it comes. They should equally try to sustain us that are farmers by giving those loans and grants.
All right.
But the
So,
commissioner said they are doing something about it.
so while they are working on the long-term solution, there should be a short-term plan.
Yes,
That's what you're saying.
yes,
All right. Thank you so
yes.
much. Thank you so much, Wisdom, for joining us on the program today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm happy. Thank you to our viewers.
And that's all we can take on the Eastern Business Report. Till I see you at 10 a.m. tomorrow for another edition of the Afia Business Morning. I am Marvelous Apwamaga. Many thanks for staying with us.